Hi, Marcia Hickey from the Children's Room at the Wareham Free Library, and this week we're going to be talking about 3 selections from the 8th grade summer reading list. The first book I've chosen to talk about is called Out of the Dust by Karen Hess. It was a Newbery Award winner the year it was written, meaning that it was considered by librarians to be the best written children's book of that year. What makes it interesting why I chose it is because this book is in free verse poetry. So it's a very quick and easy read because they use poems to describe it. The poems are very powerful. Out of the Dust comes from, it's a historical fiction novel. It takes place in the 1930s. And that was a time where the Great Depression was going on, but there was also a climate disaster. There had been no rain for several years. Midwest at that point in time was mainly farmland, and the farms were being destroyed because the storms had no rain. It was just dust storms. And let me read you one page. This is page 20, and she describes a dust storm because we have no idea what a dust storm is. It's called 50 miles south of home. In Amarillo, wind blew the plate glass windows in, tore electric signs down, ripped wheat straight out of the ground. February 1934. That's hurricane force winds, what she's talking about to describe these dust storms. Let's go a little bit further on in the story, page 79. Kilauea. A volcano erupted in Hawaii, Kilauea. It threw huge chunks into the air. The ground shook. Smoke choked everything in its path. Sounds a little like a dust storm. September 1934. So she's comparing dust storms to volcanic eruptions. This story follows Billy Joe on her family farm and all the tragedies that happens to her family during this Great Depression and dust storms, and her resilience, how she bounces back from everything. And it's a very quick read because of the free verse poetry. The next book I chose to talk about is called American Born Chinese by Jean Yang. And this also won a gold medal. It's harder to see on a yellow book, but it's the Prince Award. So this was the best written novel for young adults the year. This one was considered a children's book, this as a young adult. And the main character is Jin, a Chinese American boy, and how he tries to fit in and the prejudice in his life. This is more contemporary. It's semi-autobiographical with the author of how when he was a young boy, his parents immigrated to the United States, found good jobs. They lived in San Francisco. But as he grew a little bit older, his family wanted to do the best and moved to the suburbs, where he was the only Chinese American. And the prejudice he encounters and how he fits in. There are a little bit of sidebars to the story. He also brings up a Chinese American folktale about the Monkey King, and he has an alter ego American boy, Danny. And all 3 deal with fitting in and prejudice. It's a very good read. It's full color illustrations, and I think you'll enjoy it. The last one is another 8th grade graphic novel called Drama by Raina Telgemeier, also full color. And this deals with a girl in a middle school drama club and the play they produce, a musical. And it's also about navigating middle school, finding your place, finding who you are, and fitting in. But unlike Prejudice here, this drama club features kids who are all trying to help each other fitting in middle school. And it's also a quick read. So you have 3 choices about fitting in 8th grade. I hope whatever you pick, you'll enjoy. They're all 3 great reads. Enjoy.